please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Owing to me having a bit of, let's say, less time available to fix things in my house, I thought, let's go take a look at the classic case of denial coming from Amberlynn Reid, because there are a number of arcs going on at once, yet nothing happening at the same time. The non-tent era is still in full swing, even with her mother now being upgraded from a guest star to a recurring character. Give it more time and she'll become a full-blown series regular. She won't get a pay rise though. The arcs in question concerned her health, Ozempic more notably, and her dating life. So we're going to quickly address the weight loss journey because this one's being dragged out a bit much. This month she's released 5 videos so far. Well done you, boo. In those videos, she has posted sporadically a weigh-in. Now she had changed it from every day. Even though she wasn't uploading every day, she was uploading every 3 to 4 days, now every other day because of views are diminishing significantly, to once every 10 days, citing her regurgitated cycle of excuses. I'm going to play clips from each of those videos where she mentions her weight loss, and I'm going to debunk any of the nonsense that comes out of her mouth. So all of it.
I did get this cute little purse, okay? I've just really been enjoying like small cute purses, and these are like pink lips. It's just adorable. For 2, this was honestly so cheap. They also had a red one and a light pink one. Yeah. Go back to where I said, this is so cheap. This was honestly so cheap. She already broke.
Public service announcement. If you buy cheap tat off the internet because it looks cute, chances are it's cheap tat for a reason. Amber's still going through that phase of buying things because they look good but aren't practical, and let's face it here, there's not much that is practical for someone of her size. No offense intended here, that chain link was not strong enough. Although, if you become more a crafty girly, you could well make a better strap, so your cheap tat becomes slightly longer lasting cheap tat.
So a little bit of a semaglutide update. I don't know what's going on, but it literally hasn't been working.
This is the part I wanted to highlight. Ozempic. Amberlynn throughout June lost a fair bit of weight by taking this cheat code, and in the context of Amberlynn Reid, that's exactly what it is. She is not changing her eating habits, nor is she putting any effort in. She is relying on Ozempic to drive the number down, so she cannot change at all. Therefore, what she is doing is a cheat code. So to those who got offended when I do my Moisky Live research streams because I said cheat code, shut the fuck up. There is context to my remark. It is solely and exclusively aimed at this lobcock, this plonker, tosspot, dipshit, whichever you prefer really. And I fully expect her to quit in the near future to save money.
I actually contacted the med spa because like that was massively worrying me, and I was like, what should I do? And they told me to take another beginning dose and then to take another beginning dose in a few days. And something about that, like, I have anxiety when it comes to like medicines and stuff. Like, I'm sure a lot of you know that. Like, I just get really anxious with stuff like that.
She's a hypochondriac, basically. They've given her advice to use her cheat code twice more with a suitable gap between dosages. You're worried that that is going to negatively impact you because of the additional amount of it in your system. Because even though you're willing to pay through the nose to obtain this cheat code, you are unwilling to take full advantage of it, so you can keep on eating far too much. You want to be a dainty girl, but you are unwilling to do anything to make it so. By the way, I still maintain if you come off Ozempic, you'll be one of the very first to not only have failed it the first time, but to have failed it twice. There aren't many people who can say they failed on Ozempic. There are even less people who can say it twice. Probability has no memory, but probability is still not on your side.
And it's like, when I increased my dose this last Saturday, like, I felt so sick, like, the whole Sunday. Like, it was really bad. We're not gonna go into detail, but there's a lot of TMI, so just imagine.
I took the liberty of looking up the long-term effects of using Ozempic or the knockoffs. If you have too much, you could have hypoglycemia, okay? If you are on it for too long, it could cause or increase GI-related side effects, such as nausea, bloating, or the diarrhea. That's interesting to me, that. And that's because it slows down digestion, which leaves you feeling fuller for longer, but as we know from you being the daintiest of dainty, this doesn't work on you. Apparently there is a weight limit. The quarter-ton princess, or close to, is one of the few people who can still eat while she's on Ozempic.
So I was like expecting the rest of the week, like for me to feel a little bit better, but like to not have my appetite and stuff, but I've just been so hungry.
This could be because of one of those side effects I mentioned. Once you evacuate a part of your body, satiety does tend to kick in. Because if your body has just forced everything through and it's not fully digested, yes, I can understand satiety becomes a problem. Changing what you eat does in fact help you here. Saves you. You don't though. No, you're too above that. You're removed from it. You are the future empress of mankind and all that. Your golden throne, though, is a toilet. And it is definitely not made of gold. No, it's made of obsidian.
So by taking even more, I was afraid that like I was gonna have those TMI symptoms again, and that I was gonna feel super sick, and like I don't know, like I'm really getting into my head right now, and it's like I told myself I was gonna be super transparent on this journey, but currently semaglutide is not working for me, and I don't know what's going on.
I can tell you what's going on based on the content you've produced. Well, the minimal amount of it you've put into content that you've produced, because you don't really show us much of your day. You show us a few minutes from each day and then follow it up with, so it's the next day. Simply put, you are not making an effort. For Ozempic to benefit your body, like any fat burner, you have to work with it. Ozempic needs to be complemented, or semaglutide in your case. You have to work with it, which means you have to work out, which means you have to do more, which means you have to reduce your eating habits. These are things you won't do. You'll show us going out, usually to go and get food, or go to Target, or Walmart, and if there's a cheesecake factory, there too. Change can only be implemented if you work with what is there to help you. You're putting money into something because you want it to take you there without you having to try. Again, cheat code, Amberlynn Reid edition. I still think you should go to the gym and start there.
I have had the syringes for weeks now, so I don't know if like pre-filled syringes, like they lose like potency.
The only way those needles will lose any potency is if they're not refrigerated. As I know for a fact you're not that stupid, that is not the case. So I can happily exclude that option for you. I can instead tell you it's because you are not doing anything. It has plateaued because you are not helping it. In the words of Papa Swalio,
you gotta give him that huck.
Go to the f***ing gym. Go to the f***ing gym. Go to the f***ing gym.
As time goes on, but either way, I do need to buy a new vial soon. So maybe when I buy a new vial, like it'll start working again, but I am just like so hungry.
This is where Amberlynn's logic, because she's renowned for this, comes into full effect. She believes that the best of it is at the top of the vial because it separates. I don't think that's how it works. It's more of a concentrate, but alright, apparently it has different gravities within it and separates like a cocktail drink.
All the time. And I'm just like, damn. So I don't really know. I don't really know the next steps, what to do, and it is a little frustrating because I was just feeling so good, but week 5 and 6 has just been horrendous, and that's just me being honest.
What's interesting is week 5 and 6 means there's been a 10th day, but she had not provided a weigh-in to show us how horrendous this really has been. Although if the TMI is to be believed based on symptoms I earlier mentioned, chances are she may have lost a little bit of weight as well, but then she mentioned her hunger. There is no way she could ever stave off her hunger. Amberlynn is known for liking her food, regardless of her health. Although it is worth adding, if she had lost any weight because of the TMI, she would have bragged about it being weight loss regardless and would not have shared that. She would have instead said, "Dainty queen down to the 470s or 460s, we're on the right track." Yeah, this is what we're dealing with, folks. her non-tent era. That is the extent of it mentioned in that video. Interestingly though, Amber does say something in the follow-up video to this that has led many to believe that this is why Ozempic may not be working for her. You know, on top of her eating mountains of food and not telling the truth about it.
Thoughts on people saying that you're quitting semaglutide rather than it just not working for you. So semaglutide obviously does not work for everybody, and it did work for me when I was on the lowest dose. The first 4 weeks was literally magic. Then once week 5 happened, I really don't know what happened, but it just like stopped working. And then I was just hoping that like once I increased the dose that it would start working again, and it hasn't. So a lot of times if semaglutide doesn't work for someone, you just move on to the next one. There's also compounded Mounjaro, so obviously that's another option for me.
For those who don't know, compounded Mounjaro is a medication currently FDA approved for individuals with type 2 diabetes to improve their blood sugar control. Please do not get that. Those with type 2 diabetes require it more than you do. We've already discussed why it's failed for you, because it's only possible to fail on Ozempic because you suck. You have to tweak your diet and exercise to address metabolic issues, and of course you have additional problems like side effects from other medications that may well impact or inhibit Ozempic or semaglutide's effectiveness. Yes, I know the research. I'm not stupid. Oh, and I just want to insert this because I have a feeling we're going to have to address the relationship stuff tomorrow because reasons.
Are you talking to someone new? Yes.
Yes, Amber's going through another relationship. In fact, this is not long after another one. It's quaint. But on to the reason she thought Ozempic wasn't working for her.
Are you still not smoking?
Now, she quit vaping, smoking in general. She quit it because it helped her to control her urges. She felt that by restraining herself or learning to control herself, this would be a great way to allow for her body to become anew, like a phoenix born out of lard.
Actually, I did start vaping again. I did. I told you guys that me quitting vaping was not going to be a forever thing. I really warned you guys of that. But I didn't vape for 7 weeks, and I'm very proud of that accomplishment, but I was missing it, and now I vape again. For those of you who don't know, I do not vape nicotine. It's not nicotine, so don't worry about that. It is Delta 8, which probably isn't the greatest thing either, but whatever.
If that stuff by chance gives you the munchies, I'm not going to be remotely surprised because it doesn't take much to compromise you. We've seen you on those Buzzballs and those White Claws, and there isn't much in those, and yet it is enough to get you drunklin. This is quite amusing, really. I am somewhat surprised though when you said Delta 8, that you didn't go with, oh, but I like this one because it's cute and it tastes like candy floss. This is what I expect from you, to be honest. And I also expect there to be a drawer in your apartment full of different vapes, because you're a collector, not a hoarder. Just a collector of collectible things.
I just want to let everyone know, I am caught up on my videos completely, so I have nothing else pre-filmed. So once this video is uploaded, I'm not really sure when you guys will be getting another video from me, but it will be happening. I was just uploading every other day, vlogs every other day, and then life just kind of caught up to me, not gonna lie. I truly feel like I lived a whole lifetime in June. The month of June was just so crazy intense for me.
This has nothing to do with the weight stuff that I wanted to cover in this video, but I did want to highlight the fact that she did upload more in June to make up for the fact that her views are diminishing. And that's not a joke. Her views are going down, they're hemorrhaging. She started the year on 50,000 guarantee per video, now she's down to 40. Things aren't looking great. She uploaded more to account for that, and also she uploads more on TikTok as well. Amberlynn Reid, as a channel, is going downhill, yet she's somehow managing to gain subscribers still. She's losing far too many viewers. Her regurgitated cycles of excuses for why she fails at things, her relationship problems, are doing her no favours. While she put out more videos last month, those videos were shorter. Ordinarily, they would have been put together with at least one more video to make it longer. The shorter videos, you can still put a lot of ads in, so it didn't really matter, really. I have a feeling I need to talk about the relationship contradiction stuff tomorrow, because I want to, because it's been bugging me for a little while, and I feel like, you know what? Just a little part 2 for this has to be done. It also means I don't have to do anything on Friday. I'm going away on Friday, basically. This might be beneficial since, well, the last 2 videos didn't do very well, did they? That's my fault. I'll learn from that. Streaming on Twitch later, guys, just in case you're interested. Fishing. Hope to see you there. If not, have a wonderful day. By the way, Amber, you're always going to fail because you treat these like trinkets and cheat codes. Again, if you're offended, I'm not sorry. Learn context.